Tonight's episode of the Spooky Stream is brought to you by
Candy Boat. Harlan Guthrie Candy Boats. Buy a candy boat with a picture of Harlan on it, and you shall receive all the love in the world.
Now, for the continuation of Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, here's your host, Harlan Guthrie.
Thank you, Roger. Wow, what an introduction. Let's give it up for Roger. Very well done. Roger, typically, what we like to do during the Spooky Game Nights is talk about what we don't do during Spooky Game Nights. One of them is you never burp into the microphone. It's pretty rude, it's a bit grotesque, and frankly, it's just unattractive. So, we'll try that next time. But you know what? It's Roger's first night. Let's give Roger a big round of applause. Well done, Roger. He's the director's kid. So, you know, I want to make sure that he's well taken care of. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I think it's important that we remind the viewers at home that this is quote-unquote a spooky game. It deals with mental illness in a very unique way, a way that I have not seen before. The actual gameplay includes sort of whispers in the headphones that you're wearing, so I highly recommend wearing headphones if you are watching this game. Jeez, Roger really threw off my game, but I appreciate he's here. He's just sitting behind me right now. James says, hey Roger, does number 2, who does number 2 work for? That is a dated reference. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. We got John here, Michelle here, Josh, Mike, James, Billiam, which I think is Brian, isn't it? I don't think it's William. John again. We got Joe. We got Michelle. Rich, I saw. Mark. Look at this. Look at this. This is full. I should do a shout out to Johnny Reagan. He messaged me today with a joke. John, I'm going to read your joke out because it was pretty funny. And you know, why not? Why not steal people's jokes? Oh wait, it's not stealing if I say it was from you, wasn't it? So this is read in the tone of John. Actually, Roger, why don't you read this?
Absolutely, Harlan. Hey there. I was with my friends at this place on Sunday. We were standing in this line, and my one friend said, "Do your Donald Duck impression." This guy's never heard it. I said, "Okay," and pulled my pants off completely. No bottoms, just a shirt, and quacked angrily while stomping about. They laughed so hard. But everyone else getting communion seemed shocked and angry. Good joke, John. I had to Google communion because, as we all know, I didn't grow up in America, so I don't really know what religion means. But that's okay. It just means that I'm new to all these experiences. Michael and Brianna are, of course, here. Megan is, of course, here. Look at this. We got the full complement. We got the A team all here. I'm really excited. Oh, and Rin, of course. Roger sounds a lot like Harlan. Doesn't it, though? Guys, I'm kind of worried. I'm going to keep an eye on this Roger character, but I'm kind of worried that maybe he's going to sneak up behind me and knock me on the back of the head and take over. Okay? So listen, we need a code. If I go to the bathroom or something, you guys just prompt me with a question, okay? You should say something along the lines of like, let me think. Something that only we would know. Like, you know, when does the looking glass wink? Okay? So, I know, but listen. If I go to the bathroom and I come back, okay, and maybe it doesn't seem like it's me, I want you guys to flood the chat with when does the looking glass wink? Okay? When does the looking glass wink? And now my answer phrase will be, the looking glass winks at midnight on the pier of St. Francis, okay? The looking glass winks on the pier, at midnight on the pier of St. Francis. Midnight on the pier of St. Francis. So you guys know that if you ask that question and I don't give back that exact answer, we know Roger has taken my place, and we will kill him. Well, you guys will know. You'll know that it's that I'm trapped in the closet, as I have been for so much of my life. But we'll know that it's actually Roger posing as me. Okay? At which point, I don't really know who can act on this. Maybe you guys can just yell at Jo, because she lives closest to me, and she can come over here and knock Roger out. No, Roger's not behind me anymore. He left the room. Oh, he's coming back in.
Hey, Harlan, everything good?
Yeah, no, totally good, Roger.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit down with this large mallet.
Okay, Roger. No problem, buddy. No problem. Okay, he's right. So, yeah, spooky game night, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. This is a game I am so freaking excited to get back to. It's a gorgeous looking game. The story so far has really captured my interest. It's a fighting game that I'm actually not terrible at, which makes me feel really, really good. And I think it's going to be really good. The only problem is it's been a while since we played it, so hopefully the combat is not too garbage for me, because I'm not great at combat generally. Ugh. So, alright. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. Everybody having a good week? Everybody having a good night? I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. This Sunday, I'm doing the Toronto area gamers again, and I'm running The Strange. And we all know that I've never run The Strange. No, but I haven't run The Strange in about 2 years. So I really need to read up on the rules. Oh yeah, the Shield Boys. Oh, the other thing I need tonight is a recommendation for good energy drinks. Because last time I had a coffee one, and I quite liked it. This time I have a Monster, and I'm not against it, but it's pretty pop-like. It's pretty sugary, and I don't know how much my big old fat body needs sugar. Also, maybe we should figure out what the Strange game is going to be tonight. So you guys maybe just write the game for me on Sunday. Okay. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. As always, let me know if the volume's a little high or a little low. If you want me to sing, you just let me know. If you want me to take off my pants, just let me know. Okay? You guys, you know how it is. Let's do this. Oh. It's so quiet now. Roger, how you doing back there?
Doing pretty good, Harlan.
Alright, buddy. This guy is like breathing down the back of my neck.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Alright. Just wanted to hear that little bit of stuff. Working on the Rawson County map. Nice. That's the county of House Vorsey, isn't it, Jo? By the way, on Wednesdays we are running chapters of The Undefeated, which is a D&D 5e campaign. You guys are the spooky stream, okay? This is just between us. This is just you and me. We are the closest knit of community within INVICTUS stream. You guys should totally be in House Bryden, okay? I'm not gonna point fingers, but anyone who has not joined this game, get your ass to House Bryden, or I will give a split. I will say or House Vorsey, because Joe's here, and Joe is the only other community member consistently hanging out during the spooky stream. So you better get your ass to House Briden or House Forsey, because frankly, they're the best houses. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. I'm going to say a lot more about that after. Oh, look at that. You don't need to read everything. All you need to know is red and grey.
It's Dillian. Go towards him. Quick. Go. Run. Come on. Before he disappears. Go. 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 Ow.
Paul says Lancaster. You know what? That's okay. I support House Lancaster. I mean, it's not the best house. That's just the only thing.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager.
House Lancaster gets no love. Are you kidding? House Lancaster has like 90% of everybody who signed up so far. It's the only one getting love.
Zinbel made sure of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
You're getting stronger. You're getting stronger.
Alright, we're really gonna have to remember what the hell combat means, because I don't. So everybody's having a good week? What's the house signing up deal? I've been away too long. Basically, you just pick a house out of Joe, Justin, myself, Alex, David, and Chris, and all representative of our colors and various backgrounds, and you join and you get to play a little bit of a community campaign. If you were around for Star Wars, it's very similar to that.
The lone figure of a boy.
I will get you a pony, Michelle.
Sword play under the shade.
I will get you a pony.
She remembers the first time she saw him.
He's there. Under the tree.
To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing,
Dillian, get me.
and the world danced with him.
This girl's voice sounds a lot like Kate Blanchett from the beginning of
First time in years, she
Lord of the
felt
Rings, doesn't it?
a ray of hope.
In the beginning, 9 rings were forged in the fires of Mount Doom.
How many? What was it? 9 rings? Oh, this thing again. Maybe we have to go up to. Now, before I had to like focus, but then a symbol would have popped up. Maybe I have to find a symbol somewhere else. Yeah, it's 9 rings, right?
9 rings.
So what was 7 to the humans? No, 5 to the humans? 4 to the humans. How many were to the humans? She is injured. So far, basically the whole point of this game, Mark, is see that ball on her bum a little bit? That is the head of her lover. And in this mythology, which is Celtic or Norse, I don't actually recall now, you can go to the underworld and retrieve your lover. Sort of a bit of like that movie, What Dreams May Come, which is one of my favorite movies, despite its complete terribleness at times.
The Northmen tell of a great hero.
We're going to talk more about that,
His
actually.
name is Sigmund.
Because I'm really
His father's hall was
a
built
fan of
around
that
a
movie,
great tree.
despite
And one
its
day,
flaws, and it does have a lot of flaws.
Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it.
Oh, there we
And
go.
he tried.
3 to the Elven
The
Kings,
sword
7 to the
only
Dwarf
comes out
Lords, 9 for the
Sigmund's
Mortal
touch.
Men, 1 for the Dark
His
Lord.
brother-in-law, King Siggeir,
Oh, that's right, 9 for man.
But Sigmund refuses him. So King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast. But when they arrive...
Sorry, just talking about humans. No, that's fine. No apology necessary. I trusted you, and you let me down.
You failed me for the last time.
In the beginning, I forged. Yeah, so we're basically going to hell, Mark, to retrieve the soul of our dead lover. And she fell off of something, I think, and we just before starting this, we had injured ourselves. But we have to basically... Actually, no, that was the previous part. I don't really know what we have to do now. Obviously, it's this big, destroyed ship area.
Watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Dots.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chill.
What was it saying? Oh, the line he was saying. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9s for mortal men doomed to die, 1 for the dark lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie, 1 ring to rule them all. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, she's so happy.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same.
It's really
See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
I've mentioned this many times last time, but I really dig this protagonist. She's really cool. She doesn't even talk that much. She's just, I don't know.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dilly. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here!
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone!
You will die here.
No!
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Interesting. That that cutscene gave me a bit of a different impression. I don't know about you guys, but since the beginning of this game, I very much believe that these two were lovers and that she was returning his head to hell in order to retrieve his soul because they were in love. But I don't know, the tone of voice of that acting that he just gave and sort of the way she was very innocent in that cutscene honestly gave me the impression a little bit that maybe she was like, especially with the way that she's kind of been acting, almost that maybe she was like enamored with him. Like maybe it wasn't requited love. You know what I mean? Like maybe she was obsessed with him, or maybe, I don't know, it just gave me a very different tone in that scene, which I really kind of thought was interesting. Or maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but I don't know, so far this game has very much impressed me, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to the story than just a straight love story. Maybe it was like...
pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free.
Yeah, no, the sound design, everything in this game is pretty much a 10, I gotta say, so far. Even the combat, which is not my favorite thing, we've talked about many times.
Sigmund's sister,
especially coming from something like The Evil Within.
And
but like in this game, it's so satisfying, every little hit.
She gives birth to a son.
You're getting what you're thinking from that scene too, yeah. It definitely could be how they met. I don't know, but it would be a really kind of nice layer. You know what I mean? Like sort of the way that she was, I don't know, just like acting in that scene. Again, maybe I'm like looking too much into it, but it almost sounded like he was a bit like, I don't know, I kind of got like a jerk vibe from him a little bit. He was kind of like, hey, what are you doing? You're watching me from afar and blah, blah, blah. And she's sort of like, yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's her sword. I don't know how we lost our sword.
A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
It's like an angler tree.
What are they? Look, where's it coming from? She started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name.
Oh yeah, our sword broke.
Is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen.
Yeah, like, yeah, Rin, like he was just being friendly, and she sort of saw it as more than it was.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestones. It's in front of you.
Okay, so we need to forge the sword.
You need that sword. Go to the shard.
Did you ever play more of Observer? It was really good. Insane though. No, I didn't.
Focus.
We should give it another shot at some point. I just wasn't digging the steampunk style, to be honest.
Get closer. What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
Am I supposed to be doing anything?
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary.
It's the Elder One. Exactly.
It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself on
Oh yeah, I was going to say how cool What Dreams May Come is.
And it's what dreams may come, not wet dreams may come. First time that joke's ever been made. I promise. Aw, man. Remember that Robin Williams is dead? That sucks. What Dreams May Come is a really good movie with a lot of flaws. But if they like fixed like 4 things, it would be probably like
Dillian, I'm here.
fucking amazing.
I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Can I light this? Nice. I'm wondering if her connection to him isn't based on abuse, that her insanity isn't misplaced obsession, as resolved by him killing him as the final boss. That is resolved by her killing him as the final. That, see, and I might be looking too much into it. And I wouldn't be as happy about that, to be honest.
Dillian, there he is. Finally, you found him.
What's wrong?
Because I don't like thinking her as sort of like another just crazy character.
Just wait there.
But I really like, I think that could be a possible angle. That maybe...
You have and find him, get him back. He was just there. How could you lose him? How could you lose him? How could you find him?
You should give it a little more playtime if you feel like it. Oh, I definitely will. I did enjoy it. I just feel like I had to get into the mood, you know? If we were in the same room, it would be amazing how many times we say shit at the same time. Everybody. One day. I don't know how.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
One day we'll do an Invicticon.
Not Dillian.
Invictus Con.
Dillian's calling to you.
And it'll be like just 3 days. It won't be really a convention. It'll just be like it'll be like a bar show on the Friday night. It'll be like a Saturday afternoon luncheon where we can all like eat.
Senua,
And a Saturday
you
night
remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior.
spooky stream
Her name is Herver, the daughter of a
where
berserker born
we'll like all
after
vote
his
on the
kill.
one game. And
She's a
we'll like
wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons.
we'll
When
get
she
her like a
learns where her
projector
father
in like a
was buried,
bar. Oh no, we'll go like a
her only
movie
desire
theater.
is to reclaim the
No,
treasure
it's not
buried
personal
with her,
enough.
but above
And then we'll
all,
like do a spooky stream this Saturday night, and then there'll be like a Sunday brunch for We Make Shit. It'll be like it'll be a Sunday brunch We Make Shit, where like I cook for everybody. That'd be really funny.
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men
Richard
do not
Matheson
want to go ashore.
was a
They
great
say that
writer. Yeah, he also did.
haunts the island, and that it is a worse place
Oh my
by
God!
day than
Didn't he
other
do
places are
Last
by
Man on
night.
Earth or whatever? Richard Matheson. He did a
Fearless,
bunch.
She lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly
really know what I'm
flames
doing.
burning over them.
We could do camp.
She
That'd be
comes
cool.
to
Do the
grave mound of her
campsite.
father
Do like
after
a big
passing
LARPing
through
session.
Ghostly fires, as though they were mist.
Sit on the couch under a huge
The
blanket.
flames I passed through were real enough.
Such a fun retreat. Oh, a Kevin Costner film. Yes.
Focus. Use your mind. You don't recognize it. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
Oh, this is a trick, isn't it?
Yes, you do. You know where you are. She does.
I didn't realize. I'm just like walking aimlessly. Okay.
Where are you? His voice. Dillian.
This is a light here.
She can't hear. Does everything look the same? It looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue. Light the torch. Light it. Look for the torch. Light it. What can you see? It'll help you see.
The reflection.
We told you. We told you it was a trick.
This is pretty creepy. Jesus.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not here.
You want
wants me to find him.
Campsite. Last time we did that, Chris hit a moose. Ain't that true?
That doesn't sound like Dilly. What's in there? What's in there? What is it? A secret room.
That voice. It's
End
not
the world
Dilly.
gaming session? That'd be fun.
There's no way in. Find a way. There has to be a way. Find a way. There's always a way. Don't stop now. Don't give up now. Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
I don't understand. I'm just going where there are no torches. This is red. Should we go into the red? Probably not. Let's do it.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Escaped. I don't have a sword. I hope this isn't a fight.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through.
No, Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I'm
Oh,
a
that's
boy.
that dude's voice.
Boy.
Chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods.
Ooh.
Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Snack time, everybody. Grab a snack quick. I'll have a little bit of a munchy munch.
It's done. You did it, but there's more. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not going to be easy.
Everybody have a snack? Everybody have a snackin'? More rum. More rum. Can I get down this way? Good. You're already so full, John. What did John Little eat for dinner? Or should I say,
I want to tell
Little
you a story
John?
about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good, and wise.
Why is it we make shit when you only ever cook?
He was fair of
That's a good
feature.
point.
He spoke fair words. He gave fair judgments. Light shone from him.
White Russian.
Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
3 chicken tender, 3 twice baked potato, 2 chicken breasts and vodka sauce. There's a lot of food, John. Can I just say, and this is important, I think twice baked potato is probably one of the best potatoes. It really is.
I mean, look. First off, you bake it once, and a baked potato is fucking delicious. If you don't like baked potatoes, you're an asshole. I don't know what's wrong with you. Just fix yourself, okay? Secondly, it's cut in half. And then it's scooped out and basically mashed. And if you don't like mashed potatoes, something's also wrong with you.
Stay back, don't touch it. You're curious.
Okay? So that's the second thing, baked potato.
Here to watch you fail. Be careful, it's not safe. Trust us. Focus.
Oh, that's
It's dangerous. Don't go near. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's another word.
what was it saying with potatoes? Oh yeah.
It's light.
Thirdly,
It's not it's
after you take the baked potato out and you make mashed potatoes, you put said mashed potatoes back into the baked potato. And if you don't like mashed potatoes and baked potatoes in one potato, you're an asshole. Okay? So here's the truth. And hear me speak it. If you don't like twice baked potatoes, you're a monster. That's just the truth. I don't want you to be a monster. I would much prefer you being a sweet, sweet gem of a person, like my boy Johnny and Rin Reagan, like my people. John and Rin Reagan. Okay. And if you never made a twice baked potato, I would probably understand why, because it's pretty time consuming. My twice baked potato history goes like this. Okay, throw in the baked potato. And when you do baked potato, let me just tell you, you take a nice potato with a nice thick skin, and you roll that puppy in olive oil and salt, and you put it right on the rack, and you crank that thing to 400, and you put a drip tray underneath, and you just let that baby roast, and you get a nice crispy cracked skin. Ooh, that's good stuff. So if you go that far in a baked potato and then you pull that baby out in the anticipation of making a twice baked potato and you go, fuck, that's a good baked potato, and you just eat it right then and there, I will not blame you, because that is a real problem. Because if you make baked potato in a good way, then honey, that's all you need. Okay? You can slice that baby open right there, chop it up a little bit. You can go one of 6 ways. You can put just a little bit of salt and pepper on it. You can add a little bit of butter in there. You can put some cheese, you put sour cream, bacon bits if you want to, some chives, whatever the fuck you want. A baked potato is... So if you can't get all the way to twice bake, I do not fault you, but you still got to press on through, my friend. Okay? You need to scoop that baby out. Leave a little bit on the outer rim. You don't want it to be too hot. You don't want just the skin. And you mash that puppy, and then you pile it high back in. You can mix a little sour cream in. You can mix a little cheddar cheese in if you want. You can make it white. If you want to be real crazy, you can put it in a piping bag and get a little bit of piping bag action on there. But whatever you do, you gotta wait. That's the toughest thing about a twice baked potato. When it's done, you gotta wait. Okay? There's a lot of ways you can cook a potato. We got a lot of different options here. Mashed potatoes are great. Make mashed potatoes all you want. Baked potatoes delish. You know what I like doing sometimes? I like making those little baby potatoes, and I sort of like microwave them so they're nice and soft, or boil them, parboil them, not fully boil them, and then you smash them down with a cast iron, and you fry them in a little bit of oil or butter if you want, and you have these nice crispy potatoes. You can do them in any sort of, if you want to be fancy, you can do duck fat, you can do any sort of delicious. God damn it, I'm hungry for potato right now. The only thing I will say that I think, and now I am willing to debate this. I'm willing to debate, to face myself for this.
The bridge. You've come this far, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do?
I'm not a fan of scallop potatoes. I know, and I'm willing to be proven wrong, because I've only had a few times and I was not a fan. I feel like it's a bit of a waste of a potato, because scallop potatoes doesn't really, to me, the potato is not the center of scallop potatoes. You can kind of make it with anything, you know what I mean? Like you can make it with fucking, I don't know, turnip, I think, if it's soft, because so much of the flavor in scallop potatoes is sort of in everything else you put in there.
So I'm not really clever, you know, I'm not really a fan of that flavor. But man, the history we can make. We got so much potatoes.
Dillian, there he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go through before he disappears. Dillian, don't lose him. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark one. Do you even remember? His love is guiding you.
This has become a potato cast.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light.
Because we got a lot more to talk about with potatoes.
Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
And the gods fear for his life. So Baldur's mother...
I got a lot more to say about potatoes. I think this is important. First, everybody get another snack. I got caramels here. That's right. I got caramels. Let me just open this. Okay, found the right shot. Harlan was talking to himself, ranted about potatoes. Okay, but listen. Oh fuck you! What's wrong with scalloped potatoes? What does upend mean? Someone give me the... Oh, Hasselback! Mark posted a picture of Hasselback.
Makes everything in the world. Fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beast,
I gotta find this thing
birds,
first.
serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her sons. One by one.
Okay.
They each make their vow.
I get you.
Neither weapons nor wood will injure.
There's so much more to say about
Baldur's
potatoes,
mother
but
boasts.
it's fine.
You remember meeting
But fine,
Only
okay?
Loki,
But fine.
Father of Hell,
Need to find this.
the mistress of death, is not amused.
Hello, moms out there. It's your son, Harlan. I hope you're having a really good time. I'm sorry I haven't been able to call in a while, but I just want you to know that I love you very much. It's been a tough time as of late. Obviously, work is getting the best of me, and I wish I could call more. But how are you doing? How are your friends? How is your jazzercise class? Are you doing the walking videos? Is that lump on your foot gone? Have you spoken to Dr. Keene about it? I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and that your baby boy is thinking of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, completely. Absolutely. Of course, Mom. Of course. Mom, of course.
What does it feel like to feel?
Was that what upend means? Set or turn something on its end or upside down. I still have so much more to talk about potatoes, so we're gonna have to upend this. Okay. Sweet potato fries are really good, but they have to be done right. So many times people will do sweet potato fries and they will, like, they just won't do... They'll make them like soggy, and you have to get them really crispy, because to me, a crispy fry is like pivotal to a good fry. Anybody else feel like calling their mama? This is the mom cast, guys. This is an important part of what we're talking about here. Hold on, let me open this fucking door. You talked to mom right before the cast? Good. Everybody should call their moms. At least once a week. At least once a week. Oh no, I gotta do this face thing. My favorite sweet potato thing is mashing them up with some brown sugar and maple syrup. Haven't tried it? Do it. Oh no, absolutely. Sweet potatoes can be mashed up with like anything. It's fantastic. I literally just had sweet potato mash last night for dinner. Sweet potato mash is delicious. Also another good potato. God, I got so much to say about potatoes though, and I keep getting distracted. This is important. I just need to get this off my chest, okay? Listen. Potatoes are fantastic. We talked about scallop potatoes, which I'm willing to be proven are much better. So, you know, wait for that. I will report. Mashed potatoes, which are phenomenal. Twice baked potatoes, which are the king and / queen. Hasselback potatoes take a lot of effort, but they are delicious if you do them correctly. It's just a lot of effort to sort of make it like really, really good, because I find with the Hasselback, you kind of get the good frill at the top, but about halfway to the bottom, you sort of lose a lot of the flavor depending on what you're doing. Oh, I also love, if you nuke it, you can like slice it and like thinly fry it, and you can make a lot of really good dishes with like thinly fried potatoes.
There he is. Where are you taking me?
Okay, we're done the potato. We're done the potato talk.
There is a way up there. She can do this.
No, I said twice baked potatoes, or the king / queen.
And amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?
Okay, we duck and get it.
I did not ask the mistletoe.
I'm sorry, guys. I get really excited about potatoes, and so many people underuse them.
Too young.
I mean, they get used a lot, but they don't get used correctly. And a lot of people are like, yeah. I'm like, no. You can make things other besides French fries with potatoes. It's important. Fine, you guys pick the next topic. Gosh. Oh yeah, the Momcast. It's my new podcast idea. Basically, it's just a podcast where where I'm like talking to all the moms of the world, and I'm gonna do it.
Does it feel warm? Do you feel safe?
And it's just gonna be like, so that if you can't call your mom, you just tell her to tune into the Momcast. And Harlan's gonna kind of say all the stuff that you should have when you should have called her. Although I didn't call my mom this week. I kept meaning to. I tried her like 3 times, and she was busy. God, mom being busy. Moms aren't supposed to be busy.
Do you remember what love feels like?
Question is, we moving on to a different starch? No, we're off of starches entirely. Don't worry. Harlan, interviewing moms would be amazing. What's your favorite type of potato? Hi, Mrs. Fazio. What's your favorite type of potato? Who are you? I'm a friend of your son's. Ooh. Never mind. Your mom would dig it? Perfect. And I'll be respectful, in a way. You know, in the Harlan way that we've all come to understand how Harlan can be respectful. It's sort of a bit of both. You know, I still be myself. Here, Mom, I'm an asshole and too busy to talk to you, but listen to the dulcet tones of Harlan telling you how awesome you are. Exactly. Make a mean chicken casserole. Oh, and then, that's right, part of the Momcast can be cooking. And I'll be like, hey Mom, remember that recipe you showed me? Well, I made a few changes. So like, because also, moms love to cook. Oh, but now I feel like I'm being exclusive. Or non-inclusive. What about the dad cast? Maybe it should just be the parent cast. And then I'll have like sections, and I'll be like, this section's for Mom. Or this section's for Dad.
Dillion's in the tower. He's there.
Tough. Tough cookie.
These are just like
Loki
stories.
makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god.
I'm not teasing
was
you.
there.
All these podcasts are going to come to
Loki
life.
asks him why he wasn't taking part.
Daddies don't need no
Hoth
cast.
says,
Hey,
I cannot
Hey.
see where Balder stands.
Hey.
And even if I could see
I'm a
him,
daddy. I could use
I
a
have no
cast.
weapon.
That's the
Loki
symbol I need.
replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Hoth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Hoth is slain.
I call my mom and she's like, your father's outside. I'll tell him you say hi.
Remember, Dillian.
Well, I'm also a dad, and I would like a cast. My dad would be too busy eating pizza. Well, you know what? Your dads are different. I am different. I don't want to not include anybody.
Dillian.
Hey, April.
She saw things no one else could.
How goes?
Patterns, shapes, movement.
Can you remember what love feels like?
Maybe the dad section will be like much shorter because we know the dads are busy. Okay, dads, how you doing? It's your son. Okay, put mom
The
on.
shadow of darkness never let her go.
That's what I'll
She
do.
was caught between two
That'd be
worlds.
perfect.
You have no
That
time
of
for
Zinbel
this.
and her past.
It'll just be like,
And Dillian,
it'll be like literally just to placate.
Distract you.
two realities.
Why doesn't he want to talk to me? Hey, Dad. Oh, hey. Just wanted to say hi. Put mom back on. Hey, mom. It's me again.
Closer to Dillian.
Can we know where one of the symbols is? Because it's in the future.
Just to tire you out, to make you weak.
Would my daddy like dadcasts? I don't know.
He's the reason she's alive at all.
Probably, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, probably. I mean, my dad is an asshole, but he's never been like, oh, I don't care what you do. Like, he's honestly the biggest advocate to be like, oh, you should make a band. My dad is a complicated man.
This is
I dislike a lot of him, but at the same time, I'm very much like him, so it just shows how much I hate myself.
You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere.
I need an arrow.
But what if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense? The gods were lying. If you think it makes sense, but really the gods are playing.
Did anybody see an arrow?
It makes sense in your mind, but it doesn't make sense in worlds. The gods, but it doesn't mean anything. You can't read this language. You don't understand. Zinbel was right. You're wasting time. You're cursed.
I call home, your dad says, good to hear your voice, here's mom. That's all I'm saying, right?
Quicker. His love is
I could be
The
like,
Northmen
hey dad,
tell how
nice
the
to meet you, mom.
gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship.
Alright, snack break,
They could
everyone have
not
another
manage
caramel.
to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it.
Dillian's in the tower.
She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies.
Mom
put
cast
next to her
subscription. And the payment plan
Pie
is cookies.
Sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
He was the only one she could trust. Could she trust him about wasting your time, just delaying minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? Special. They mean nothing. Special. Waste of time. Could all be a waste of her time.
If you do the mom cast. Yeah, no, what I'll do is I'm not going to put on voices because it'd be too tough and I'd probably just end up being like offensive. But what I'll do is I'll have a list of names that I read out. I'll be like, hi mom, it's Jason. Or Tom.
Very careful.
And then I'll send them all and you can just edit your name in.
And look dimly upon the druids.
Hint,
like her
I
father,
sound like an asshole.
Zinbel.
Okay, let me do my
I
impression.
guess he took after his father, the chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see. And he
Childlike
happened to be
humor.
blind.
Check.
She felt safe in
Caramel
Dillian's
break on the
arms.
pole.
Had to see the
Oh,
world
not
through
caramel
his
break on the
eyes.
pole?
Slowly, darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
You're going to fall, careful.
No, she's not. She's not going to fall. She's strong. She's steady. She can do it. You can do it, Senua. Be quick. Be quick. Careful. No. It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to the... Just calm down. He's drowned.
Is that a fail? Excuse me.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness.
More fun to pick.
Cannot
Harlan,
see
can I
through
please
your
order a
eyes.
tell Mom everything is okay and I love her special in Irish? Hello, Mum. It's me,
My own father was born blind.
Tamiko. I just want to let you
Doesn't
know
have the faintest
that everything is
idea
fine.
of what the night looks like.
I can't do it with this guy in my ear. It's so
The word
good.
dark to him means it
Hey,
literally
Mum,
is the
it's
word light.
me, Mario.
So someone is afraid of the dark.
Hello, Mum. It's me,
We fixed the
Donna. Just
Taking
wanted
away
to
the
tell
sun.
you that I love you and everything is alright.
But you give up the beautiful world thing.
I'll put my daughter on.
You. Only you
Hi,
can
Mum.
see
It's
just to
me,
be rid of your
Donna's
nightmares.
daughter. Hope you're having a good day. Oh,
Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? The gift that makes you so special in my eyes.
Okay. So if I do a 5-day-a-week
Just another part of
podcast,
the
if I do a podcast every day of the week, obviously Momcast is on Mondays. Because it's M,
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness.
right?
Because I love you.
What other podcasts? I'm thinking
Worse.
Broing Up with Alex on Sundays?
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours.
Prince William, I don't know where you're from. You're from the States?
It's just a trick.
You're from Canada?
You've been fooled before.
Are you Russian?
You'll be fooled again. You're being tested.
What accent am I pretending to do for you?
You don't know. It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go.
The way you say Mama makes you think you're Southern, so. Hi, Mama, grad school's crushing my soul. I'm vastly underpaid, but I want you to know I love you so much. Your little boy's doing real good.
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like.
I didn't vote for Trump.
Hundreds died.
So more subtle Southern?
The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older.
You're not
And
a
where
Mormon,
dying
so you're
mothers
not from
gave
Utah.
birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels...
What is this place?
This place feels... creepy. It feels wrong. Where is it? Where are we? Turn back.
Really cool true story, says Michelle. My mom got me into the Robin of Sherwood series from the 80s. We're huge fans of Nasser/Mark Ryan. I met him at a convention a couple of years back. I held out my phone to ask if he could yell hi to my mom real quick. He took the phone from me and talked to her about 2 minutes. Oh, that's awesome.
Much. Turn back.
Very nice. Sounds cool to witness. Hey, I lived in Utah for like 15 years. And you're not a Mormon? That's surprising. I'm just kidding. Where am I going? Probably this way. She got you know all the good stuff.
There he is.
I know that
It
feeling.
is. The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house. He's
Find-
going in.
He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
Where's it gone?
Don't
Go.
let him
How do you
disappear.
find It's just...
Muddy water.
It's a test.
Muddy water.
Like the old warrior trials. Delia will help me.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it?
So Momcast Mondays,
Don't worry.
Tuesdays.
Not everyone can.
Well, Wednesdays I'll have to keep off because of the stream that night. I don't want to flood my day too much.
Delia and the others.
thinking maybe Table Talk Tuesday.
Taste the rot.
You know, where we talk about. I feel like I'm already stretching myself
something
way
was
too
wrong.
thin.
Something sinister. She begged them
I think what it's got to be is like figure out what I want to do, and then just let the days kind of go around
bodies
that.
piled up. No one was laughing.
I do think a We Make Shit would be nice. So I'm
And
thinking
they knew that she was
a
not.
podcast where we talk about like cooking a bit would be pretty fun. Tater Tot Thursday. Real laid back. Maybe just once a week. I don't know. I feel like every day is going to be really fucking tough. And you know, when you do every day, the quality like bottoms out. I think. Because you're like trying to do it, right? Trying to do everything.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farmhand, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. That was not the end of it.
I don't understand.
Because the dead return to haunt the living.
Ah, there.
If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
She did it. You fixed the bridge. She fixed it.
You passed the trial, get to the house.
You succeeded. Get to the house.
The blue light on.
Get to the house and finish this.
Wine Wednesday, Whining Wednesday. Harlan just bitches about random grinds my gear stuff. Ooh, yes. Please. Come home from work, pop open a bottle of wine, turn on the mic, and just start ranting. See, the thing is,
come to me.
I don't know. Like, a lot of podcasts need to be...
I'm right here!
Are you in there?
Where is he?
Come out if you are.
or I guess they don't need to be, but a lot of
There was a
podcasts
Northman
are like
called Grettir,
pre-recorded.
big, red-haired,
But I
immensely
really don't
strong.
mind doing live.
But he was afraid of the dark.
For the most part, I'm pretty okay with like just riffing off the top of my head. It's tough when I'm playing video games at the same time, but like right now I could probably think of 16 things that grind my gears. 16 things. Number 1, squeaky shoes. Hate it. You know, when you like walk in like a gymnasium and it's like and you're like, you know what? Like, fuck off. I don't need you stupid squeaky shoes. So that's one right there. Shit. This is like timed. Shit. Oh shit, listen. Okay. We're gonna need to count here. I'm gonna pause it. Squeaky shoes. Hate it. Oh, I'm just gonna end up making a bunch of angry people, but you know what else grinds my gears? When they put like really dry. No, I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna make too many people angry. Now I have to censor myself. But if we did the Wednesday bitching casts or whining Wednesday, I would not censor myself. I would just say what grinds my gears. What else grinds my gears? When you work in like a strip mall and the parking owners salt the walkways, they toss the salt at your front window. Every morning in the winter you hear of like this like sea of salt, and it's so annoying. That's number 2. Number 3 is sand. When you go to the beach and you come back and you have sand in the bottom of your shoes and it's like everywhere forever, that really grinds my gear. 3, was that 3? 4, people who own dogs that don't like, if they're really hairy dogs, people who don't like vacuum after their dogs. I've been to people's houses and there's like dogs' hair like ingrained in like the food, and you're like eating it and you're like, oh, you know what, if you have a dog, take care of it, or get a dog that doesn't shed. Dog hair really grinds my gears. Actually, I have like a whole subsection of dog ownership, but we'll focus on that right now. People using their phones as boomboxes on the subway. Like, you know, people are around you listening, and headphones are so readily available. Stop doing that. You know, just like playing your music out loud. It's so rude, annoying. What is that, 5? 6. Let me think. It's not, hey, it's more not thinking about what it is. It's more just thinking about what order I want to put these in. Let me just tell you. And I'm not reading your suggestions. These are all true. These are all coming off the top of my head. When people borrow shit or use your shit and leave it messier than when you left it. Chris borrowed my garage work table stuff and like sawed a bunch of shit, and like all this dust, left all this sawdust everywhere. Didn't even offer to vacuum it up. So rude. 7. Someone's supposed to be listing this. Yes, 7. So who's counting this? 7 should be the case. When people refer to themselves in the third person, when they're like, but like seriously, when they're like, oh, you know what, Tommy doesn't really enjoy this. That really grinds my gears. Broken or bent blinds really bother me. You know, like the slatted simple blinds when you pull them up, if they're broken and bent, it just looks very tacky. And if I'm at your house and I see that, I'm kind of like, you know, you should fix those. People who walk heavily. People who walk heavily. This is something that I've talked to Justin about many times. I'm not saying that like, but like it's sort of a choice, and you know, you can walk pretty lightly. It's not hard. You just sort of lift your little feet a little bit, and Justin tends to like thump very, very loudly. If he's in my house, I can like hear him. You know, just take an extra second, maybe walk, especially in the morning if you're like staying over and you're like, you're gonna wake up my baby or something like that. You just take a second and you walk a little lighter. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that 10 maybe? Okay. 11. People who touch the keyboard with greasy fingers, or eat over a keyboard or controller of some sort, and specifically when you're sharing, that really bums me out. Also, cooking one, if you cook and you leave dirty dishes in the sink, that really bums me out and bothers me too. That grinds my gears. Also, cooking one, this is no, I can't focus too much on one because then it's just going to be all cooking. It's too easy that way. Oh my god, littering in general just grinds the fuck out of my gears. It's rude. It's absolutely abhorrent. I think it's disgusting. And if you do it, you're a monster. People who don't like twice baked potatoes. No, that's a joke. I don't know what number we're at. I have more, but I can't continue unless someone tells me what number we're at. So I haven't read any of your comments. They're just like scrolling by so quickly. I always clean up after myself. You're like you guys are all like defending yourselves. You're like I always do this. I'm not picking this out. I'm not saying anything against you guys. I hope none of it applies to you guys. I'm gonna get in trouble for the dog one because I have a subsection of dog ownership. I do have a subsection of dog ownership. I will say this. How did I skip a bunch if I'm on 12?
Oh, I skipped ones I didn't want to talk about. I'll focus for a moment on dog ownership. No one I know has it would be in that subsection of dog ownership. You know what I mean? Or at least no one I see regularly or that I respect. The subsection of dog ownership pertains to the mistreatment of dogs or the care of dogs, such as the hair issue that we're talking about, or you know, not like them having too long nails or not putting them on leashes or things like that. Mainly the mistreatment of such animals. That's more the subsection. No one I personally know would be applied to that, because I know all the dog listeners out there that know me are panicking and getting judgmental real quick. So where were we at? 12? Okay, 13. Well, see, I don't want to go so broad as like whatever, but one of the things that really grinds my gears is the inability to sympathize or have empathy for someone who has an ability or has an issue that you don't quite understand. It really grinds my gears where you know, like if someone's like, oh, I'm afraid of spiders, and you're like, oh, here's a spider, and they're like, no, I'm arachnophobic, and you're like, oh, well, here, just look at this. It's like, no, you don't have to understand that the fear is, you can't control it, but you kind of got to respect it. It really grinds my gears when you can't be that simple. That was 13. 14 will be people who borrow books and bend the what do you call it? Like dog-ear the pages. Whether it be from the library or a friend. Unless specifically stated, you don't touch the fucking book. You read it and you give it back, okay? 15? Wait, what did I say? That was 14. 15, so 2 more. People who use their phone screen as a light rather than the light on the phone. Okay? That just bothers me. And and 16, the last thing on the list that really grinds my gears is giving your kids earrings. You see a lot of babies that get their ears pierced for a variety of reasons. That drives me nuts. I don't like that. It bothers me. And I didn't even start on circumcision. That's a whole separate issue. But let's just stop at 16. There you go. 16. Now somebody list those back to me. Oh man, these are good. Listen to all these people. Dog-eared pages frustrate the crap out of me. Oh. Can I get some credit for just literally listing 16 things off the top of my head? I mean, that was pretty good, I think. Especially because I really focused on trying to keep them eclectic and like different. Thank you, Tamiko. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying that was impressive. I appreciate that. Oh. I have a story related to circumcision. Yeah, save that for the circumcision stream. Lists that don't end in a round number. That's true. It actually really bothers me that we end on 16. I'll think of 20 eventually. Okay, let's do this.
There it is. Run! Run now! Run! It's not safe here. Run! Senua! You don't have your sword. You came through the wrong door. How are you going to fight? Where's your sword? To defend yourself. What is that creature? You can't defend yourself. It's Dillian. Find the creature. Where's Dillian? One more to find. One more. One more to send. Find the other symbol. You're lost. Look at you. Where's Dillian? Where is he? You've got them. You have them. Where's the door? We have to find a way out. Find the gate. Get out. Run. 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 Don't let it look at you. Don't let it see you. It's coming. Move away. You're lost again. Where are you?
Oh no. Back the other way. Shit. Oh no. Come on.
the exit?
Don't let it sink down. Go towards it. Run. Focus. Focus. Focus.
Run! Oh. God damn it.
It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. Feel it. You'll die. You feel it? You're dying. The burning has begun. Dying. The burning. The burning has begun. Go to the gate. There they are. The rooms. You can get through. Run! Run now! Ah! Run! It's not safe here. Run! Senua, you don't even have your sword. You came through the wrong door. How are you going to fight? Where's your sword?
Did I get that?
You can't do that. It's Dillian. Find the creature. Where's Dillian? Where are we?
No!
It's not safe. I feel unsafe.
It like auto brings me if I get close to this fucking wall.
This is what death feels like. I can't find you!
Now where's the exit?
They're coming!
Shit. Where am I supposed to go?
Senua!
Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. It doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
Without you,
Killing you would be
I can't
too
live.
easy. They're taking your memories to torture
Living
you.
is without you.
Inside, you're disappearing one memory at a time. Every time you remember, it disappears. They're going to take everything. They're not yours anymore. They're going to take everything you have. The memories of ghosts. They belong to the gods, not to you. They're eating you from the inside.
Can't let
they want
this
to kill
something,
your soul. They want to crush
go.
your body. They want your soul. They want your mind, and they're going to take it. The memories were yours, but they're the gods now. Nothing is yours anymore. Dillian's disappearing with your memories.
Harry Nilsson. What? I thought we got all these pieces. What the fuck? Everyone hit that like button. Oh, there's more? I thought there was only... Oh, we only did 2? God damn it. Off to bed. Oh, good night.
So long, farewell, Avidas, and good night. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Where? It's an old Woody, there's an old Woody Allen joke about it.
Northmen say that their all-father,
His
Odin,
friend is racist.
gave
He
his
always
eye
says,
in
"Jew eat?"
exchange for a drink from Mimir's
Or something
well,
like that.
the well of wisdom.
I got nothing.
In blindness, there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Michelle, that's hilarious. You just posted Josh's comment on the Facebook. I didn't see it. Well, you did it 30 minutes ago. Came here looking for Hellblade. Instead, got Harlan Talks. You either like potatoes or you're an asshole. 10 out of 10 show. Fucking A.
Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts. Tell me what you feel.
A breeze.
Good. Then there is a way out.
I can't tell where it comes from.
Yes, you can.
I see a door. Oh, have a good night, Tamiko. Thank you for hanging out, yo.
The others. The voices. They've gone.
I'm still here.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath.
So no one sacrifices giving up potatoes.
Good. Be aware of everything you hear and feel. Let your senses guide you.
I can't go on. Dillian?
Find a way. I'm not leaving you here.
Game is heavy, man. Yeah, it is.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Her eyes are so wide.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
I've reached the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
Upstream, huh? Alright. We'll do it upstream.
I'm so sorry. I thought I left this all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me.
So what else can we
It
talk
won't let me
about?
go.
Potatoes again?
My
All the
father,
other podcasts.
he taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind. not the sword. You're no coward. You proved that to me in warrior trials. This is just another battle.
Oh, Mycl and Brienne are hitting the hay too. Good night,
This
guys.
isn't your bed. You don't have to.
I'm very tired myself, to be honest. I haven't had that energy drink.
Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people.
Sing you a song.
I'll do my best.
I have no song in my heart. Do I? What have I been listening to lately? All the weird stuff.
Seems there's no escaping the past in this place. And so she's forced to relive it. To what end?
I don't know. I got nothing. I have no song in my heart. No song in my heart.
There is a house.
Song about potatoes? I don't know if the internet should make one up. There's peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of potatoes.
I don't know what's inside.
Moving to the country,
Don't be afraid.
gonna eat a lot of potatoes. Potatoes come from a can. They were put there by a man in a factory downtown. If I had my little way, I'd eat potatoes every day. Some soaking bulges in the shade. Millions of potatoes. Potatoes for me. What the fuck is that? Look out. Dum 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 dum. It's a good song. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free.
It's not following me.
Leave it behind.
Presidents of the United States are cool. Little dune buggy and lump. Lump sat alone on a... What was that? Lump sat alone... Oh no, that's Yoda. Or no, that's Gump. Lump sat alone in a foggy marsh. Totally motionless except for her heart. Lump
There's
moved
more.
up.
I think they're moving.
You're breathing too fast.
She's totally confused. All the past ain't piranhas.
Listen to
She's
the
lump.
sound of
She's
your
lump.
breath.
She's in my head.
In and out. In
She's lump. She's lump. She's lump.
and
She
out.
might be dead. Lump lingered last in line for brains, and the one she got was sort of rotten and insane.
You can do
Small
this,
thing so sad that birds could land. The lump fast asleep and rocking out with the band. Lump's a good song. She's lump. She's lump. She's in my bed. Boggy Marsh, yeah, I thought so. I confused it with Gump, because that's the what's his name cover. I should make a President of the United States cover band with only the 3 songs that I know. What happened to that band? They got elected, or they didn't get another term.
I think I'm
LOL.
house. Instincts of
It's
death.
funny because I was just playing piano earlier tonight too.
You are in
I don't
control.
remember what I was playing. What was I playing? Oh right, Oliver's Army. I think I played a musical song. What song was that? Don't start your talking.
A well. There's a well.
Don't turn back. getting close.
Go down the well.
Dillian. Help me.
Fits.
Come to me, son.
Oof.
Dillian. Is that you?
Dillian. Dillian.
I can see a light.
Dillium, oh Dillium, oh have you met Dillium? Dillium the tattooed lady. I just want to know a bunch of songs like that. Well, that's what I need to work on, the country album. I need to continue Bjorn in the country. I need like to do 60 more songs, 65 more songs or something.
She could spend hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
We could do it in the dark, it can
You see me?
easy.
Yes. Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes for me.
Harlan Bjorn in the
no
country is incredible.
For the first time, someone
I'm
was
partial
there
to your
help.
Weezer coverage. You nail it every time. Thanks, buddy.
You brought me back.
Weezer's got some good ones.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little
Their
hope.
last album was really good too, actually. Their White Album. I really liked it.
A little hope.
Very summer. Very good to listen to in the summer. The one that was really good was Thank God for Girls. The girl in the pastry shop with the hair in the neck. Picking only for you to take on your hiking trip with your boys and your nonsense. Second grade. It's like the whole thing is
With
almost like
grammar
talking.
reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk a goddess into the halls of Helheim.
You did Billy Joel tune.
Challenge
Oh yeah,
him
Billy Joel's great.
as an equal.
So Dillian
Oh yeah,
was
Vienna.
helping me.
Slow down, you crazy
And the
child.
sword will lead me to him.
So ambitious for a
Like when we first met.
juvenile. If you're so smart, tell me why you're still so afraid. Brave. What's the worry about? You better cool it off before you turn it out. It's only so many hours in a day. You know when the truth is told.
Dillian
that
gave
you
her the
can
strength
get what
to
you
pass the
want,
warrior
you
trials,
can just get
and she
it
saw
all.
a way out. To leave her past
Ooh,
behind
before you even
and become a
know
warrior
halfway through.
in Dillian's clan.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
No. He left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbel's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance. A plague.
Dillian?
I was literally just about to write that one. I've listened to it probably 20 times so far. It's wonderful. Oh, thank you. Which one? The Billy Joel one? Nice. The singing makes me sleepy. Like a lullaby. Oh, why don't you put you to bed? Or maybe that's
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is the dad's voice.
You brought this plague to us! You have blood on your hands!
funny. My mom's birthday is coming up. She asked, which is weird for her, but she asked for a cover of a song that she likes. So I'm gonna do that at some point. Maybe I'll post that. How do I do this again? How do I block again?
The mirror focus is building. It's building.
Shit!
She will die. Stop.
I don't know how to block. Let's just figure this out first. Shift block? No. There we go.
Focus. Focus now.
How do we use them?
Focus. Focus now.
There we go.
In the sea
Nowhere to run
the
to,
corpse waved through
baby.
itself over the ones I loved.
That's cool.
The ship broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred.
Man, music's
Come not
cool.
here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse.
What are some of your all
Come
favorite
not
bands? Let's
with
get some
disturbed
music suggestions going. I'm always looking for new music suggestions. I just spend hours sometimes like on the computer listening to stuff.
She's lost.
Oh my god, look at all this location.
Doesn't know where she's trying to get to. Is there any escape?
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses? Do you feel the blood running cold on your skin? Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones. And look what you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turned your back on your father, Zinbo, you turned your back on the gods, and let the darkness wreak havoc on your people. Why must they pay for your heresy?
Oh, real big fish? Nice.
Went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid, got in a fight. It ain't no big thing. Kiss me once, kiss me twice.
Come on,
pretty baby, kiss me baby.
Fun fact, I used to be in a ska band. Bet you didn't know that. Maybe long time viewers of the stream would know that, but the majority would not know that. And Real Big Fish, being a ska kid, I pretty much know every song. Can't dodge that attack. Or I can't block that attack.
You ready? Remember your training. Finish this. End it now.
Oh shit.
Quickly get up.
Oh, I tried to roll that. Is it Q to use this one? Remind me it's E to use the power. Come on, motherfucker. Senua. You even know what I'm doing.
End it. You can do this. Focus. You're stronger than you. Focus. Use your sword. I'm doing this.
Florence and the Machine's great. I don't know. I heard something motorcycle club. I don't know them.
Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua? Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena?
Senua with the shotgun.
She calls you, Senua.
That'd be a cool sequel.
Answer her pitiful call.
Darkness took her life
Oh, Black
and it will
Rebel
take.
Motorcycle Club. I don't know who that is.
You both surrendered to the
Obviously, she would have been all
I was powerless against the darkness when it became formed. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped here.
What are the bands we like? Keep them coming.
Gave
Let's
her
use
life
them.
to the gods. If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror. It's not too late. She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
What's that? Green thing. Ooh. Who wasn't into Blink-182? Blink-182's cool. Again. This guy's tough. Keep on rocking for your world. And another one bites dust. 7 Nation Army. Get this.
Behind you!
Maybe after the mom cast, it'll be music cast. Music Mondays. Music and Mom Mondays. I can't even see what I'm doing half the time. Oh my god.
Finish this. End it now. It's not over. It's not over. Keep going.
Shit. Changed this guy. This guy first. Tell me he's dead. Is that it? Oh, thank God. Oh, no, fuck that guy. Seriously? Oh my God. How many fucking people are there? Just those two? Good. Oh.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
Shield guys is so much easier now that I know how to do it. I want that green thing. What the fuck is that? There we go. Oh. Oh, there's more of them. Jesus fucking Christ.
She's hurt. There's blood.
That's why you're asking if I
down.
did
Finish. Behind you. Watch it. Behind you. Ended it. Quick, get up. They're coming.
on. Maybe you too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas and the rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done?
There's two of them.
Give the darkness what it wants. Let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are.
I couldn't even do one of these. I'll just do these guys. And one of them's invisible. What? Yeah, no. What the fuck? It's ridiculous. Is it gonna make me do it again?
Why do you still fight on?
Maybe I just didn't actually move enough.
You too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your blood seep into the seas and the rivers of hell.
Oh.
Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants. Let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued?
I don't see just running as
Thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father.
I didn't even see where the hat was going to go. Ah, for fuck's sake. That guy's the toughest right now.
Focus now. He's gone. Take him down. Take him down. Get him down.
There. Just run. Oh god. So yeah, I think maybe the issue was I wasn't.
The darkness has taken you. Galena and
so many people.
Galena and you are lost. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. You're both dead. Mother and daughter dead in the sea of corpses.
I did beat the tomahawk, dude. Those fingers. That's creepy. The fighting scene definitely got a bit boring. But now that we're moving on, let's see
I
what
can't
happens.
fight it anymore. Not on my own. Where are you, Mother? I want to be with you.
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother, to go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Senua. Look at me.
Do you hear them? They're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Symbol was right. Everyone will suffer.
Symbol is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me? Do you still believe in me, Senua? In us?
That's the vibe I was getting before Prince William. I don't feel so much that way now, but...
Don't let this darkness come between us.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Oh yeah. She's just gritty as fuck. That rot is all up her arm. Good. Glad that scene, those things were done. This game definitely has a sort of a pattern where it's like, collect these 3 different things, or fight these 3 different people. The fighting itself is not boring, but the waves of enemies in that last scene was a bit of a turnoff. But the actual combat is very nice feeling. This game is gorgeous though.
Where have you been?
Quite enjoy it. I was thinking about 2017 and my favorite game of 2017. And
We were worried. Into the mountains.
It's funny because I really had to rack my brain. Oh, I bet it's right there.
Go on, look up. Just up there. Listen to us. Shall we tell her over there? Shall we? Does she know which way to look? Does she know her way into the mountain? She's a good girl, isn't she? Look up. So clever. Did you miss us? Oh, she did. She did. Are you glad we're back? She's so glad we're back. Go on. Which way to go? Look up. Go up. Go up into the mountain. There's a door. You can do it. You can see it. Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
The dwarves built this mountain. Speak, friend, and bello.
Into the mountain. I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature. A dragon.
How do I get across? Oh. I'll jump down, can I? Silly me. It was silly. Silly me. Always remember through all these memories. Always remember though. God, all these memories, visions, game narratives are being observed through a broken lens. Who knows what the reality of the situation is? Yeah, it's true. That's why I do feel like there might be a bit of darkness here.
Don't open the door. No, go in. Don't turn back. What's in there?
Get back. A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you say Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
To like run to the light.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here.
Cool.
No. It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away, and he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
But they always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
They want me with them.
Stop!
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't listen
Do you
to them.
see them? Do you see their faces?
He's coming! Senua! Help me! Help! Get me out of here! Don't go!
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again.
She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Zinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
We told you to go out.
Jeez.
Go out. She has to. She can do it. She can't do it. Go. The light's gone out. Run! Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this is in her head. You know, is like any of this part of it?
She's stuck. She hasn't found the room. Get to the next light. Let's go quick. Run. 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 You must run.
I wonder if, like, you know, there's actually a beast or is just her fears scaring her right now. And, like, are these quote-unquote locked doors actually locked? Is that actually her dead lover's head? Or is she just, like, you know, doing all this because she's convinced herself that all this is what needs to be done? It's creepy when you think about it. But also really cool.
The light will guide you.
We'll light all the lights. Is there one over here?
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
What have you collected when there's nothing behind the door? Save Dillian. It's just another trial. It's just another trick. Just to distract her from her real mission.
I guess this is the only one
Your mother is doing anything.
down here.
Dillian is dead.
Yeah, I guess only one area per. It's part of what makes it excellent, given the insane protagonist, hard to interpret it all. Yeah, it's true. And obviously it's hereditary too. The mother had the same issues with the voices in her head. And that she's trying to sort of deal with it as well. It's a really cool concept. It's a cool concept, but also done in like a really refreshing way. Bringing your lover back, you know?
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
Sigurd, you goof. You are your own undoing. Just want to light every thing possible. I mean, this game's not spooky in the traditional sense, but it's definitely creepy. Oh shit. Senua is the one who lights all the candles. Senua, lighter of candles. That should be her new title.
go anywhere without your light. Take the torch and move. The blood. She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's
Kind of like Gone Home. Wasn't scary. Yeah, that game was awesome. I kept expecting something to like turn around from that. Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I was thinking about my favorite game of 2017, and I realized it's sort of a toss-up. I think my favorite game that we played on the stream in 2017 was definitely What Remains of Edith Finch, or Finch. That was definitely my favorite of 2017.
She did it.
That did not. No, but whatever.
This place.
That was the one for anybody who caught it.
Suffocating darkness that she lived through as a
where you came to your own old house and
imprisoned in her room at night.
And
faces in the dark,
sort of, it was like sort of a narrative experience.
She once
and it was really sweet. That was definitely my favorite of 2017 that we played.
Children say all the
but I
time,
realized there was my actual, like,
in the dark.
I guess, quote-unquote, long play
By the time
game.
she realized that only she could see them.
Of 2017, I didn't actually stream.
Could see the
Your favorite was not Evil Within. Toss up, but no, it wasn't. No, my favorite game. Oh, that's where he did. This way we need to go.
This way.
It's a creepy voice. Okay, what did we just do? We just did this. Yeah, that we just did. That's a dead end. Maybe the place that we first went goes up. Because I did notice there was a path that was broken going up on the other side. See, that's broken going up. Maybe this one's not. Aha! Found it. Found it.
Her torch is going out. No, it's not. It's going to run out soon. She hasn't got much time. She's too slow. It's not going to burn out. The darkness will come again. It's going to stay. Have light. Stay fatal. There it is. You have all the rooms.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind.
Oof.
Searching for weakness.
I have played Firewatch. Yes, I didn't mind it. People were really crazy about it. They were like, Firewatch was the
Did you see her
I didn't
attack?
mind it, but I didn't really find it that special.
I was only 5.
It was just interesting.
They
I'm
told
gonna
me
play
she
Call of Cthulhu
escaped
for the
the
first time
darkness.
tomorrow at this con.
That she's with the gods.
Call of Cthulhu is very fun,
But what
but
if they
honestly,
lied?
it depends.
What if the darkness took
This
her
is
and
not
trapped her
me
here?
tooting my horn because I don't think I'm that good at it, but it depends greatly on the GM.
It's a
Call of
trap.
Cthulhu needs
The
to be
beast is
taken.
coming.
Like, Call of Cthulhu needs to be taken seriously to an extent, but I think a lot of the rules also need to be kind of fudged.
What have you done?
No! No!
You've lost it. It's over. Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zimbo while you pined for Dillion? Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Dillion. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillion.
Sorry. Yeah, no, you're gonna have a lot of fun with Call of Cthulhu. But that's what I was gonna say. Because the first time I played Call of Cthulhu was with another stream. And called the Lovecraft E-Zine podcast or something like that. And it wasn't bad, but it definitely was not like, didn't scratch the itch. Because like, there are weird rules where they're like, library use 4 hours and blah 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 blah. And I find a lot of Call of Cthulhu scenarios are like, you're like trying to find Cthulhu or something. Like they jump so to like the umpteenth degree. They're like, it's like the big bad. And I always liked everything else that comes with the world rather than like the biggest evilest thing. But I think you're gonna have a lot of fun regardless. So I'm excited for you. And a bit jealous. I think her father is the fear of darkness after. Her mother said something, you didn't want to upset her by talking about her father. Yeah, definitely. It's the same voice actor. It's just like a bit lower. Just a bit lower like this, but when he was talking you could hear it was the same voice.
She lost it and she has to find it.
I was gonna say, I keep getting distracted. Favorite game, 2017. If you have not played it, I highly recommend. I don't think I'd stream it because it's a bit too difficult to play. It's more just a single player enjoyment. Is Prey. Prey. Prey is a game where you basically wake up on a spaceship, and the entire game takes place on the spaceship. It's not huge and expansive. It's big into just like what you want to do. It's got a lot of freedom in it, but my god, it was such a good game. I've actually been craving to play it again. I've been craving to play it again.
Stop them!
Sorry, did not go well. Oh, I hate that. Okay. I loved Prey. It was such a surprising title. I kind of thought it was going to be okay.
Go.
But it ended up being like, I was like fucking addicted to it. I wished it was longer. Rarely nowadays do I wish a game was longer. Even this one, I'm liking, but this combat is
You can do this. Go again.
But Prey at pretty much every moment, because it gives you this beautiful freedom in the game to do whatever you want. It's basically like, here's the world that you're in. You do things however you want to happen. Which was really nice, actually. It was really, really refreshing. And it also reminded me of Half-Life, which is a great game.
The mirror focuses courage. It's coming back. Get up quick!
Anyway, if you haven't played Prey, I highly recommend it.
The mirror. The mirror. Focus. Oh! You can do this. Focus. Focus. Don't give up. Don't give up. Quickly get up.
Don't give up. Quickly give up.
Finish this. She's hurt. She's injured.
Oh my god, this fucking guy?
She's injured. She's not gonna make it. Behind you, watch it.
Oh my god. Jesus. I only played the one way so far. Female, no alien powers, kept one alive that I could save. Next playthrough started. I'm male, all powers, kill everyone. Yeah, I only played it once, and I really want to play it again. If you like Half-Life, it is very Half-Life. It's like the Half-Life sequel that I always wanted, which I love. Also reminded me a lot of another game, which I'm forgetting now. How is this in the card? Maybe farther back. Maybe it's from the other side. But yeah, it's definitely a game that requires a few plays, I think. Or maybe not, but I really liked it. Dishonored, it's like Dishonored, but I wasn't really crazy with Dishonored. Mainly because of, I don't know, something about Dishonored is like sort of cartoony a bit. Prey is too, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I enjoyed it less.
But she wouldn't listen. He was doing his best. She
Dishonored lets you do a lot more, which I liked. But, like, if you ever watched experts play Dishonored, it's fucking crazy. Like, I would do a mission, like, pretty straightforward. And they're like, pause time, turn around, move the guy, jump, change it to a rat. Like, they do all this kind of cool shit. I just think the problem with Dishonored, in my opinion, is just I really didn't care for the story. And I used to do like the continuation of the story. But to me, I was just like, it was like a murdered king or something, in like a weird steampunk world. It just didn't click with me. Prey was much more my style.
Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
The beast is luring her deeper, deeper into the darkness. Down. What's she doing? outside. She'll be safe. What's the plan? To get there.
Guess I need to access this door first. It's still early, but I'm thinking next save point I'm probably gonna call it because I'm a bit tired. And I'm enjoying this game, but I don't want to, you know, make it, I don't want it to be a chore.
Yes, she can. No, she can.
I like playing sneaky to an extent, and then I get frustrated.
She can do it. She can make it. Where is she going? Faster, faster, keep going. Get up! Get up! What are
I
you
love how I did that without even knowing. I was like, I think I'll probably walk around first. I just happened to put the light there. I'm like, yeah, that'll work.
Stop!
It's gonna be a fight. Isn't it?
Quick.
You should make an assassin type character, and House Bryden can always use assassins. Is that a save point? Next time that little thing shows up. There it is. I think we should call it there, because I'm a bit tired. And like I said, I don't want to just start pumping through this thing just because I'm tired. Ooh. But also it's Friday, and you know, I want to sleep in tomorrow. I gotta read all the strange rules. That's not rules that are strange, that's rules for the strange. The RPG. Despite having played it, I've forgotten a lot about it. I also need to think of a story. I was thinking of just doing the first game that we did for the strange. Have my players wake up in a weird fantasy land. And just basically run the strange episode 1. And I think I'm going to do that. Because I had a lot of fun doing it when we did it with the guys. And I think it'd be really cool to do the strange part 2 in a way. Hooray for sleeping in. Damn straight. Thank you, and good luck with your Call of Cthulhu game, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Hangouts with Harlan, aka Spooky Stream. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm hoping to stream more consistently every weekend, but we'll find out. But maybe next Friday night, I'll see you guys again. If not, we'll see you Wednesday for the chapters of the Undefeated D&D game. Make sure you join a house. You don't have to put too much work in your character if you don't want to. Just join a house. It helps us, and it makes you feel like, you know, like you're part of something. Part of your world. I hope you have a fantastic night. Thanks so much for hanging out, and that's it. I'm not gonna talk about much because I want to go to bed. Have a great one. Oh, I forgot about Roger. I set up this whole gag like I was gonna go to the bathroom and come back, and Roger would be here, and then I didn't even do anything with it. Disappointing. Sorry, Roger. Maybe next time. Have a nice night, guys. As always, we'll see you around the table.